everyone, this is Sam.
And this is Macey.
And welcome to our segment of Cognitive News.
We have a very exciting topic for you today. We are going to be discussing a disorder known as visual agnosia. In 1890, a neurologist named Henrique Lazure first recognized a distinction between two agnosias, associative agnosia and apperceptive agnosia.
People with apperceptive agnosia can see objects in their position, shape, and color, but they cannot integrate all these elements together to perceive an intact object.
On the other hand, people with associative agnosia can see, but they cannot associate what they see to their basic visual knowledge.
Let's break it down! Visual agnosias are usually caused by brain damage to the occipital cortex.
Furthermore, damage to the what system, or the lower part of the temporal lobe, can cause visual agnosia. The what system is responsible for identification of common objects, so it's not surprising that damage to this area causes agnosia.
Patients with agnosia have helped researchers examine what processes in our brain allow us to look at whole objects, and what processes allow us to look at each individual part, or geon. Geons are the basic building blocks of all items we recognize.
For example, a patient identified as DF, who has a damage in the lateral occipital complex, suffers from apperceptive agnosia. He was asked to copy pictures of shapes he saw as he saw them, and the results were skewed shapes and lines of these objects.
This was not because he was bad at drawing, but because of his agnosia. When he attempted to draw them by memory, he was able to copy the pictures. This research has allowed us to understand that the lateral occipital complex is important for recognizing objects.
An example of associative agnosia is described by neurologist Oliver Sacks, who asked one of his patients to describe a glove. Since the patient could not link whatever he saw to his basic knowledge, his description of the glove was rather interesting, wasn't it, Macey?
Yeah, he actually thought that this glove was a change purse with 5 separate pouches for different kinds of coins. Which I would kind of want one, but...
Research on agnosia allows for insight on how there are separate processes in the brain for identifying geons and for identifying objects as their whole. One study conducted by Marlene Berman and colleagues examined how one patient known as SM with integrative agnosia processed objects as a whole differently than a set of control participants.
He was able to see parts of the shapes the participants were displayed during testing, but he made a whole lot more errors than the control participants when identifying objects as a whole. These results indicate that SM's brain damage impaired his ability to recognize the spatial relationships.
Another form of visual agnosia is color agnosia, in which the patient fails to recognize colors.
So, would that not just be like color blindness?
Well, it's interesting that you asked that, Macey, because many researchers think that colorblind subjects are still able to connect colors to certain objects associated with that color. For example, a colorblind person would be able to tell you that apples are red, but a person with color agnosia wouldn't be inhibited in this ability.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, but you can keep up with us on Facebook at Cognitive News with Sam and Macey to find out our next week's topic.
Thanks for watching!
Hello everyone, this is Sam.
And this is Macey.
And welcome to our segment on Cognitive News.
Today we have a very exciting topic.
I tried to clink, I'm sorry.
Oh, I forgot to clink.
I tried to and you didn't do it and I was like... Hi, this is Macey Bailey and welcome to The Girls Room.